shouldn't. I should be anywhere but here, representing the senior class of 2013 from Cherry Creek High School. My life wasn't supposed to bring me here. It really shouldn't have. But I altered my so-called fate. I chose a new life. I chose to move away from Chattanooga, Tennessee, roughly 2 years ago, simply because I couldn't take it anymore. My life was crumbling, and I needed an escape. I needed a fresh start, and a solid place to call home. So I escaped to Denver, to live with my father, who would constantly tell me, "It's only as good as you make it." Here, I decided to attend a school by the name of Cherry Creek, and on August 20th of 2011, I attended the new student orientation, setting foot on Creek soil for the first time in my life. I feared I would be that one new kid without any friends, and I wondered how someone from across the country was going to fit into a place of Creek size. Roughly 3,600 students and 4 buildings, both quadrupling what I had been used to. But I just kept thinking what my father had told me, that it's only as good as I make it. However, the fear was still there. I mean, I was more terrified than a Chihuahua in a Rottweiler pen. Yeah, it was that bad. But despite the fear, I continued following the signs and arrows until I saw a fairly young-looking figure in the distance. He had on a pretty nice suit, and I thought he couldn't have been more than 2 years older than me. First thought that ran to my mind was, alright, this guy is probably a senior, here to greet all the new kids. But man, I hope the dress code ain't that strict. This thought stayed in my mind until he approached me, stuck out his hand, and with a smile on his face, he welcomed me to Creek, introducing himself as Mr. Silva, our principal. Now, despite his apparent youth, Mr. Silva was actually incredibly wise and made me feel right at home right away. So because of him, at the end of my junior year, I became a peer ambassador, where helping students in my previous position became my passion. As a peer ambassador, we're taught kind of a cheesy acronym to remember the 4 buildings here. We say, remember your wife. And though I constantly remind my Tories not to think about marriage yet because they're still in high school, wife actually really does help. W-I-F-E. West, I-C, Fine Arts, and East. So let me take you on a little tour, starting as far away from Stutler Bowl as we can go, at the East Building. Now, though this wasn't the first building I set foot in, it was where my very first class was here at Cherry Creek. U.S. History with Mr. Zeppelin. Now, I walked into this class my first day of school and was fooled by yet another young appearance. I walked up to a student in the classroom and I was like, "Hey man, you know what type of teacher this is? Is he mean? Is he a rough guy? Does he give a lot of homework or anything like that?" He kind of chuckled and said, "I'm not too bad." From there, Mr. Zeppelin taught me history as more of a friend than a teacher. And he showed that teachers truly do care about success. Something that reflects on all the faculty and staff here at Cherry Creek. Next, we travel into the Fine Arts Building. And I gotta be honest, right off the bat, I liked this building. I mean, seriously, it's one big hallway. I was like, I could never get lost in here. And I thought navigating Cherry Creek wasn't gonna be that bad. But whew, was I wrong when I got to the West Building. But I'm not there just yet. So I continued following the covered ramp type thing into what I thought was part of the Fine Arts Building. But joke's on me, because about a week into school, someone informed me that it was actually a whole nother building. I.C., where information is everywhere. And coincidentally enough, it's part of the name. But the most important thing in this building to me were the peer ambassadors. The family that connected me to Creek, gave me my Bruin pride, and showed me this is where I belong. Lastly, we travel into the most famous building, but definitely the most confusing, the West Building. Now, there are a ton of great places I could mention in this building, but there's only one that means the most to me, and that's Classroom West 88, the classroom that changed my life. My first day of school, a student by the name of Kyrie Gale jokingly gave me the nickname Tennessee. Honestly, I hated it. I told him not to call me that over and over, but he kept doing it. And little did I know, the nickname Tennessee would quickly become my legacy. And it proved to me that my father was right. And it shows me that from a negative past, I'm able to have a positive future. And now, here we are in Stutler Bowl, at the end of our tour, but at the beginning of a new adventure. And though I've only been with you guys for about a year and a half, I gotta say, y'all are the greatest people I know, and I'm truly gonna miss this place. But I know wherever life takes me, I will forever be a Bruin, and that is something no one can take from me. And because of that, I'd like to say thank you to the faculty, staff, my classmates, and of course my family, for everything you've done for me and assistance to success, because it's more than I could be thankful for. And now, class of 2013, I speak directly to you. I leave you with one piece of advice that my father gave me, that wherever life takes you, it's only as good as you make it. Thank you.